The launch of SimCity is, in the words of the internet, an epic fail, with everything that could go wrong going spectacularly belly up. Ubisoft heads to the high seas with Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. In Exile breaks all sorts of Kickstarter records with the spiritual successor to Planescape Torment. Tomb Raider proves good things really do come in threes. BioWare closes the chapter on Commander Shepard, and we have some big news for you about your favourite gaming news series. This is Player Attack. Hi, I'm Jessica Citizen. This week, everything is all about SimCity. Heralded as one of the most anticipated launches of 2013, even at this early stage, EA has stumbled out of the gate, creating one of the most spectacular gaming disasters we've seen in years. The myriad of problems relates back to the controversial always-on DRM system designed to provide players with easy access multiplayer. At least, that's what it would do if gamers were able to connect to the servers. From day one, the EA hardware was unable to cope with the sudden enthusiastic influx of fans, and it promptly keeled over. As days passed, EA worked frantically to add more servers and increase capacity before it started cannibalizing its own game in an effort to let more fans play. Shortly after launch, non-essential SimCity features were being shut down, with the developers going so far as to turn off the cheetah play speed option, as it put too much stress on the servers. Adding insult to an already painful injury, when gamers could connect to the crippled servers, their game was often riddled with bugs, including the unforgivable deletion of saved cities. Predictably, fans and gamers around the world were not impressed. The digital version of SimCity was pulled from Amazon's virtual shelf so that people could not buy a game they could not play, and the studio has also suspended many of its online marketing campaigns. EA Max's general manager Lucy Bradshaw has faced the music, admitting that the studio has made some dumb mistakes, but it is committed to fixing them. Since launch, fans have spent nearly 8 million hours within SimCity, and game crashes have been reduced by a whopping 92% since day one. EA would also like to formally apologise, offering all SimCity gamers a free game for their troubles, even though we don't know which one that will be. On to something completely different. As predicted, Ubisoft took the wraps off of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which has nothing to do with Henry Rollins and everything to do with pirates. Edward Kenway, grandfather of Assassin's Creed 3 hero Connor Kenway, is a fierce swashbuckler trained by assassins. While it's looking pretty sharp at this point, it seems that not everybody is happy with the new setting for the game. While fans are inevitably divided, PETA, that is People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, has gotten rather upset over the game's inclusion of piratical whaling. The protest from the lobby group prompted Ubisoft to release an official statement describing history as a playground and reassuring fans that the company does not condone illegal whaling, just as we don't condone a pirate lifestyle of poor hygiene, plundering, hijacking ships, and over the legal limit drunken debauchery. In Exile continues its amazing run of Kickstarter successes, taking out the record for the quickest project to crack the $1 million mark. It took just 6 hours for Torment Tides of Numenera to leap over its $900 goal and knock down a $1 million milestone, and within 48 hours that number had more than doubled. The game promises to continue the thematic legacy of Planescape Torment, the 1999 title considered by many to be the high point of computer RPGs. Tides of Numenera is a rich role-playing experience packed with deep personal themes. It's a single-player isometric role-player set in the world of Monte Cook's Numenera series. This week, the first batch of DLC was detailed and dated for Tomb Raider, headed our way from March 19th. The Caves and Cliffs multiplayer map pack was first hinted at during E3 2012 and contains 3 new maps, taking Lara and the crew of the Endurance to a new shantytown, a burning Japanese village, and even underground into the Scavenger's Lair. We also caught up with the final hours of Tomb Raider as Jeff Keighley releases his latest behind-the-scenes gaming presentation. This one follows in the footsteps of the final hours of Mass Effect 3 and the final hours of Portal 2, chatting to developers as they put the finishing touches on this new release, and it is out right now for iOS, Kindle, and Steam. And continuing the Tomb Raider trifecta, we've also heard a little more about the inevitable upcoming movie. Just like the game, the film will not be a follow-on from earlier films, again putting Lara in a new light. No word yet on just who will play our adventurous heroine, but we're guessing Angelina Jolie's not on the list this time around. Another big reveal this week was from Eidos Montreal, who finally confirmed something we already knew. A new Thief title is in development. It's not technically Thief 4, however, with the developer doing away with the numbering system and going back to basics. The simply titled Thief puts you back into Garrett's comfortable sneaky shoes, and it's due next year sometime for PC, PlayStation 4 and other next generation consoles. This week also gave us potentially the last we will see from the Mass Effect universe as we know it. The last chunk of single-player DLC was released this week for Mass Effect 3, with players finally able to close the chapter on Commander Shepard's storyline. This is Citadel.
Commander, this is urgent! There are people trying to kill you.
Yeah, I think he's aware of that.
I mean other people. New people.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's performance is brought to you by random acts of violence.
Joker, find the crew.
Having a bad day, Shepard?
You could say that.
Okay, what the hell's going on, Commander?
Let's figure out who they are and shut them down.
What about the rest of the crew?
All hands on deck for this one.
I see you've recovered from flopping on the floor like a fish.
You'll need to do better than that. The last guy to trash talk me was a few kilometers taller than you.
I'm gonna take everything you have and everything you are.
Guess we're back on the clock.
Citadel is available right now for PC, PS3 and Xbox 360, as is new multiplayer content in Revolution. BioWare developers haven't ruled out the idea of revisiting the Mass Effect franchise at some time in the future, but for now, 5 years after the first game hit shelves, that's all folks. And finally this week, a little news about Player Attack. Nearly 1 million people have watched our web series over the past few years, but we've decided to change things up a bit. Starting April 12, Player Attack is changing from an online series to a TV series, with a weekly half-hour show starting on Australian Foxtel channel Aurora at 9 PM on Fridays. What does this mean for you? Well, you will still be able to get your weekly fix of gaming news from us here at Player Attack, but soon it will be bundled up with even more. Expect reviews, interviews, and special reports on everything from the hottest games, the coolest indies, the most amazing trailers, and some of the unique personalities who make up the world of video games. As well as being broadcast around Australia, the full episodes will also be available all over the world online, so please stay tuned to our website or our YouTube for all of the latest. As always, for the full version of those trailers or for more information on any of these stories, head to playerattack.com. I'm Jessica Citizen. We'll see you next week.